Looks like that boat's about ready to... It's about had it. Hello, welcome. Hi. Hello. We'll be doing some building today. I think we'll be adding a little bit to the base that we do have, but we might also, about halfway through, we might switch over to PC to do some rapid prototyping, which is going to be pretty sweet. I think we got a really cool build over there. I'm going to try it here on Builder's Paradise at some point, but then we'll go over there and kind of prototype it, and I think work it into our Invincible Base module. So, should be a good time. We have a short amount of time today on stream, so we're going to try to get as much done as possible. It's good. Yeah, this has been a busy week. What's up, Dylan? What's up, NSC? Howdy. Hi. Hello. How we all doing? Dude, I've had like a crazy headache the last like 2 days. Maybe it's a migraine, I don't know. But I mean, if it's this kind of headache, I think I get these like once every 2 or 3 years or something. Dude, crazy. My big fat head gets sensitive to temperature change. I have to stick it in the freezer. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Scott? Hello. Hello. I'll be honest, I have no idea where I am right now. What's up, Ryan? He says, hey man, what's up? Hi. Yeah, so I got the old Excedrin rocking, so hopefully... I don't know, it's like... I haven't been drinking as much caffeine. I was like, is it the withdrawals from caffeine or something? I don't even know. You know how you get like the caffeine headaches? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, I have 10 cloth. Let's make a sleeping bag out here if we can. Yeah, so it's exciting. I was doing some quick builds last night. We didn't stream last night, but we were in the lab cooking up some stuff. Pretty excited about it. One of the builds we have, we're going to be using like that whole like triangle build, which is good. But this other one is kind of OP. And it's, I guess it's still considered an offset. Yes. Yes, I think it is. The techniques have changed, for sure. But it's kind of the same derivative, the same result. It's just, I guess we approach it slightly different. And we did test it here as a floor stack, and it did work. So it'll be interesting to see how consistent we can do it here. Because that's really what it comes down to, isn't it? Is there a ranch over here? Ah, it is. Very good. Need to make sure our bases have enough upkeep. We might even do that water pen. Kind of get things going. I've been kind of kicking around a couple different things for the water pen. It's like, I want to have a sub pen that's super low cost so we can have like 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 across the map, which would make it ideal for attacking any kind of cargo ship that comes in. So maybe it just needs to be a sub pen and only a sub pen, and like we have a pretty good configuration for that. Yeah, because cheap's probably the best way. Like you probably need some scuba, some small boxes, you know, probably a level 1, bunch of doors, and everything's basically underwater. And that's where the sub sits. That's what makes it good. Yeah, and if you have a couple of those across the map, then it's like you can intercept any kind of water activities. Because once you buy a sub, you kind of want to save it because they're $200 a pop. So that's like, yeah, that's cheaper than a mini, obviously, but still, it kind of adds up. You don't want to be spending $200 every time you sign in, because that's crazy. So tomorrow we should be on earlier if everything goes as planned. Like earlier on in the day. Hopefully for a longer session. Hopefully we hear something on the dev blog, or we get a dev blog or some kind of information, or maybe the update or all the above for whatever's coming through for testing branch, because that's going to be happening relatively soon. I'm hoping it's a big one. This is getting them grub worms. Dude, yeah, saving worms or grubs, the best. I mean, the video I put out today kind of illustrates that. Although I did notice my audio was a bit low on that one. I was like, oh man. Ranch. Yeah, fishing shacks are crazy good now, which is awesome. Now you go around and take out a bear or two. Dude, you're all set. Jump start at the farm. Huh, these guys evaporated. Ha. Perfect. Oh, I think I gotta move the tugboat too. I think it's, it might have been taking a lot of damage. I don't know. We should probably move it. Oops. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens for the PTB, right? If it's going to be a mode of transportation, if they do a monument first. Honestly, I hope they, if they do go like a monument, I hope the dev blog touches base on what the next piece is going to be. You know, kind of like lay out the next two, like what's coming, and then, you know what I mean? So we kind of know. Not a full roadmap, but my guess is they're kind of waiting to get the whole roadmap out, and because it takes them forever to make a public communication because they're afraid to make public communications. I'm saying as a company, the management. My guess is they're going to wait till the very last minute to do it, and then everything's going to be on the dev blog, and they're going to, you know what I mean? Be like, here's the roadmap, but then by then we'll probably have everything else figured out. That's how it's been in the past. I hope that changes, but if I were to say it's anything like previous years, that's probably going to be how it drops. Be my guess. Does that? He says, bro, I saw Rust Mobile earlier. Why does it look so much better than console Rust? Dude, I know, right? And they have less resources. Like, hardware-wise. I was yeah, isn't that nuts? Makes me wonder if they're waiting because of Rust Mobile, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just know that, you know, there's going to be some player base that converts, that goes over there, and then that means they're not going to be doing as much, which means if they fully convert, that means they won't have any more skin sales. Which, you know, I think management should be aware of, if they're not already. And it's one of the main reasons why we keep bringing it up, in hopes that they hear it and they make the change. You know, it doesn't take much, you know, it's just got to communicate. We're not that hard to please. I love getting free food, it's the best. It's the best in real life too, isn't it? Yeah, boy. So yeah, I hope that the new update is substantial. I hope it's a mode of transportation. I'm leaning towards it being cars to some degree. Obviously, I would take minis any day of the week. Ah, somebody did finally take that over. Smart. Okay, good on them. This is if we had a next gen, it would be better. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, I hope, I mean, maybe something like that's brewing in the future, but, and that could have many forms. They could have a whole different version, which I think is unlikely for them, because I think Face Punch has to make that call. And then there has to be resources allocated for such a thing, because you essentially just double the size of your team. Or you have the output, which we don't need them to have the output. That would be awful. It already feels very slow. You know, like, real talk, it feels like the updates come out too slowly. Monthly updates were supposed to help alleviate this, not make it kind of feel worse. And I don't know how that's happened, but it kind of has. Not to be a negative Nancy, but I mean, real talk. It's a battle pug. What's up, battle pug? What's up, fellers? Hold on one sec. Yeah, I think that Excedrin's starting to kick in. Thank goodness. It's not often I get those kind of headaches. So yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of see where it all goes. I'll have the privacy screen off here in a second. That's the million-dollar question. Do they have a time for vehicles to come in? That's the thing. We don't have a communication about any of that kind of stuff. They're well past due. That we do know that they've been working on it by us digging deep and figuring that out. As far as them communicating that, it's been very sparse. We've been promised a big update and a roadmap, but we've yet to see it. I'm going to say they're due for it. There's not much on that list they did a couple years back, and there's only a few big ticket items, and one of them is vehicles and minis. So my guess is it's going to be cars here on either this update or the one after that. So we'll kind of have to wait and see. Again, we're waiting for that announcement. But as I said before, not to be a negative Nancy, but I believe it's going to take them a hot second to do our release. They almost always seem to be very timid on making any kind of announcement, and they seem to do it last minute. Not from lack of preparation, I think from the community manager. I just think management's they really hamstring the communication. I think everything goes through them. That's just like the corporate feel I get out of the whole thing. You know what I mean? And the whole fact that they try to blow an NDA past us just for normal content is a little weird. And I honestly don't think the community manager cooked that up. I think the suits did. Which is also an odd move. Don't you think? Very odd. So yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully we'll see something this week, or a devlog, or both. My guess is if we don't see a mode of transportation, whether it's cars or minis, my guess is we'll see something like a monument, right? So could be an Arctic base, could be an MLRS, although I haven't seen a lot of stuff on that, but could be zip lines, could be a lot of different things. But if it's transportation, it's got to either be modular vehicles or minis. I'm leaning towards cars, modular vehicles, because that update will require a wipe. And they typically do wipes every 3 to 6 months for monthly. My guess is they kind of maintain that schedule because they somehow think that's going to help with skin sales. That's the only logical reason I can think of, because honestly, PC wipes every month. Hard wipe. Whether you're weekly or monthly doesn't matter. If you're unofficial, that's how it's been for over a decade. But yeah, there are some mandatory wipes, but they're so few and far between. If you have a custom server, that's completely different for them. But yeah, so anyways, I digress. I think it's that way because the cars will bring in new items, and so that will facilitate a hard wipe. And so I think, you know, we're about due for one. And what is this? What are we in now? February? What month is this? So yeah, we'll kind of have to wait and see how all that shakes out. I hope they, here's another thought I had too, right? This is a little random. Let me walk down this way, actually. Here's another thought I had. Let's say they drop either minis or cars this February on Testing Branch, right? Which means at the end of February, that's what we're going to get. Which will be great, don't get me wrong. And this kind of goes back to the whole management thing, because I really don't think it's the devs, I really don't think it's the community manager, I think it's the management. Let's say we do get a really awesome update. It's like cars or minis. Minis would be the best case scenario, I think. The thing is, if they drop minis in February, why didn't they say anything about it, right? At least January, end of January, now-ish. Remember the last devlog? They're like, hey, we have a big update and a roadmap. They could have at least teased us with whatever that big update is, you know, and then hit us with the roadmap. Something, right? Because you know the devs, they know what the roadmap is. So like, why is the management so weird about putting it out there? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's strange. So I'm hoping that they, you know, this is a good update and the communication increases, and hopefully all of this is a mute point, but it is a little weird, right? It's a little bizarre. So I'm hoping for the best. We'll kind of have to wait and see. Hopefully we get that devlog sooner than later, although they have been known to really kind of drag their feet on that. So fingers crossed, guys, fingers crossed. What do you guys think it's going to be? I've heard zip lines, which would be nice. But if we get zip lines, we obviously need another piece of content with that. Parachutes, balloons, if there's no monument included with that. And then the roadmap hopefully outlining at least what half of the year is going to look like. Would be nice, you know? And, you know, don't be afraid to communicate to the player base. I'm saying that to the suits, not the community manager. Like, the more they communicate, the better things will be. Because then we kind of know what we're doing, because there's plenty of content creators, at least me, and it's like that will help amplify that message. I mean, it's not just me, but I mean, they can at least count on me, because I will play this game, even though I don't agree with that release schedule that they've had, but lack of communication. But like, if they give us the outline, I can figure out the rest. Do you know what I mean? We've been figuring it out the whole time. You know, because we were so close to this game on PC. You know, getting under the hood and stuff. So like, we have a really good idea of what's coming, what's in the game, what's possible. So if they just gave us that outline and communicated, you know what I mean? I think it would help a lot. But we need a more firm commitment on these monthly drops. They need to be more substantial, I know that. So hopefully this is all a moot point, like I said, and you know, let's say in a few days we get like a big update and we're like, okay, sweet, you know what I mean? I ate crow, which is okay, cool. I'd like to eat crow if that means we get a better product. If that means we get a better Rust, I'm all in. But as it stands now, communication's been bad. The updates seem to still be sparse, and it looks like Rust Mobile has more features than us day one. They just continued, or not continued, they finished, I think, their open playtest. And just as I suspected, lots of gains there, and they have less hardware restraints. So hopefully that has the attention of whoever matters over there at Double 11 that's making these decisions, and hopefully they kick it into high gear and start communicating with us, or at least I should say unshackling the community managers so then they can talk to us, or at least be more transparent, because at the very least we need that. Don't you think? Oh, somebody said, is it possible they could come out with cars and minis at the same time? That would be sick. It's possible. I don't think it's likely. Obviously, I would want that more than anything. I'm with you. I'm rooting for that secretly. But I don't see them doing that. It just seems like they've had such a hard time. But I could be wrong. Like, that military update they did was really good. You know, they dropped a lot of stuff. Like, they gave us the military monument, the military tunnels, and they gave us a lot of extra stuff, which was perfect. You know, so hopefully that's the case. And I'm just a jerk, and I'm totally wrong. You know, that's the best case scenario. You know what I mean? I want to be wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want more than anything to be wrong about this, because I want us to have those updates. You know what I mean? I just want to play Rust, man. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. I think we should see something this week, at the very latest next week. Yeah, I don't see us really waiting that much longer. And if there's somehow a delay, then they really, 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 really need to talk to us and let us know what's going on. Especially, they can't be dropping another kind of like low-key update and not say anything. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, guys. You got Rust Mobile brewing behind the scenes, and you know, not really talking to our community. So, you know, Suits, where are you at? You know what I mean? What's up, guys? What are you doing? Well, either way, when that does drop, or if we piece together something else, we'll be sure to tell you guys ASAP, because, you know, we're just as involved as you guys are. We play the game, we talk about it, but we also play it heavily. I love this game. I gotta wreck my character and go inside. This Friday, they might be releasing. Typically, it's not on a Friday. It's usually a Thursday or Tuesday. They can drop at any time, though. You're right. 100%. You are correct. Sorry, I gotta juggle my carcass in and out of the base here. Yeah, fingers crossed, you know? We want it. Yeah, let's make sure the other base has got what it needs, and then let's try that test build. Since I feel like they've been working on it in the background, they're saving all the content for one big update, like you said. Yeah, but they also need to, like, it needs to be consistent updates. Over time. And I get it, they're switching to monthly, but they've had plenty of time. Not to be a douche about it, but, you know. Take a second when I click that. Says the most needed update is building skin DLCs. Yeah, I know they're probably working on that in the background because that's going to be a source of revenue for them, but that's going to take a lot of kind of R&D. So my guess is it's probably going to happen this year. But, you know, maybe they had some hangups or something, and maybe that's why things are a little bumpy. But again, the reason why we need that communication up front, which I really think the devs and the community manager want to do, but I don't think they're allowed to. Kind of the problem. Oh, I think we ran out of food for the... Yeah, we ran out of food for the horse. Boo! Hey, but we stole them, so... His question is... hey, I have a question. I love the videos and wish you the best. He says, I've been having a bad time recently. Just because a big part of me... Having a bad time recently because I just lost a big part of me. Says, I love y'all, man. He says, I hope you have a fun time. Are you... Wait, say... I'm bad at reading. Did I... I play Rust Console Edition. No more pickles. The horse is done, so... This is a fishing base. By the way, I think I have a thing for this. I think I do. Hold on. Is it... I think this is the command I made. Is that right? I can't spell. It helps if I know how to spell. There we go. Fish blid. Fish build. There we go. It's the one that was out today. We'll go ahead and pin it. Boop. It's the one we're in right now, actually. We're not actively running fish. We're just trying to keep the base upkeep good. It's actually upgraded a lot more than it needs to be, but hey. We got raided once. What's awesome is we sold all the fish. So we just took the base right back. No big deal. Kind of the best. Let's see if these guys got toast or not. There are a lot of big boys clashing last couple days. If I had my rock out, I'd knock this guy's stairs out, but... I'm so ready to get cars. Or mayonnaise? Minis? Were you doing doing the text-to-speech? Says, I thought we were going to get them last year. I know, I did too, honestly. Yeah, and then the fact that we didn't get any communication or any big update in January, it's like, guys, what's going on? Or even we're in February and it's like, where's the roadmap, fellers? Whose name says, is this High Pop? I play Rust Console Edition. Please stop asking server-specific questions. We're not going to answer them. Yeah, I hope so. I'm just right on top of these clowns. Haha. Scrubs. Do you consider yourself a builder? Yeah. I enjoy building a lot, yes. Says Rust, even without a roadmap, the game increases its player count. It says last week all the monthlies NA had high queues. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, a lot of people, like, because I've been speaking, I've been bringing up some negative stuff, which I don't typically do, unless it's like in your face, you know, because that's just not how I operate. That's not how I live my life. But a lot of people are like, oh, you think Rust console's dead? I'm like, by no means. So I think this game's dead. It's still very successful, but it should be. There's no reason why this game can't be wildly successful on console. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not pulling the numbers that PC are right now, and there's no reason why they can't. Right? Like, they literally are getting in their own way. And, like, that's my point. It's like, guys, you guys should be posting insane numbers. You guys are posting great numbers, but they should be nuts. Like, insane. Because the population, there's more consoles than there are PCs. Players. And it's like, right now, PC's stomping us. And there's no reason why the console players can't be swarming the population count. That's my point. So it goes. It's like it's successful to like wildly successful, and it's literally like a gimme. You got the people in place. They got people that know what's going on. You know, it's been out for a while. So like literally, the management's getting in their own way. There's no reason why they can't be at that insane high level. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the point. All right, we're gonna try the build over on. Let me just wreck myself and spawn. Yeah, I'm with you, Uzaname. It's the game still is loaded with people. And just think, if we're having high queues across the board, and then we had this air quotes stinky update, right? Just think what would happen with a little bit of communication, and they give us a roadmap, and they drop some bangers. Like dude, people are gonna lose their mind. Oh wait, I think I got. Hold on. Shoot, hold on. Sorry, I messed up. We're gonna try this build real quick just to see how viable it is, and then we might switch over to PC just to do this rapidly. But it all still pertains to us. I'm just gonna test some of the mechanics that might be more difficult for us to do on console, which we have tested for another build. I just want to make sure it translates for this one, because there's some subtle differences. We're not completely up to speed with their build. I forget what build version the PC's on currently, but we're like a couple steps behind. But for the most part, functionally, we're pretty close. There's only some subtle differences, honestly, when it comes down to it. Okay, whatever. That works. Here we go. Well, unfortunately, a port isn't as easy as copy and paste. Not with Unity, it's not. There's some things in place to help with that process, but Unity is known as a ball hog, air quotes. It's real hungry, real sloppy with performance. It always has been. And that's the foundational engine for this and for console. Well, for PC resting, for... You know what I'm saying. I dressed myself. Okay, let's make some stuff real quick here. And probably a bed. We're just going to go through this very quickly. Is there anything else? Oh, yeah. We probably need a couple of these bad boys. Maybe like 10 of those. Let's get stupid. Yeah. Are we going to get skins, wall skins? They did kind of say that before. It is a revenue source for them, so I'm sure they're focused on it, but the R&D and stuff for that, like, it takes time to develop it, because it's attached to all of buildings. So building obviously needs to not be broken, it needs to be balanced. So yes, even subtle changes to those wall skins can break the game, so to speak. So they have to, it's more than just adding a skin to the game. They have to really test it. And there might be some contractual stuff with Face Punch involved with that. I'm not entirely sure. But if there's no restrictions like that, if they already had it kind of built in, then it would still take them some time to do it. So roughly around this time of year to this year should be when we get that kind of stuff. So unless they stop that development, I could see it happening this year, yeah. But that's kind of the reason why it takes so long. But once they do it once, they kind of know the process, and they know hopefully where the pitfalls are at. So hopefully it's faster next time. Because, yeah, that'd be awesome if they started dropping those skins all the time. What's up? He says, oh, yeah, I've seen your shirts. Oh, nice. What's up? Hi, welcome to the live stream. We're just, we're going to do some test building here. We're just testing the mechanic for this, the mechanism that really pops this thing open. Just to make sure, and then we'll probably jump over to PC for a little bit to prototype much faster, and we have our own server for, like, yeah, it's just faster with the mouse and keyboard. And then if we test the gotchas here, then anything we do on PC should still fly for us over here. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. This is the key component for this. Well, actually, oops, no, I need a regular one. Hold on. As funny as that one is. There's a couple things I wanted to test here in our environment. Although we did successfully do floor stack, so I would suspect there's going to be no hang-ups on this, but you never really know until you test it, so that's why we're here. I just went past it, I bet. And this actually curtails nicely into what we were trying to do earlier. So if you have a good monitor TV, Rust can look good. Dude, all I do is play on a monitor. Better refresh rates, cheaper. And if you sit in a chair, which if you're doing long-term anything, it's probably better when you're gaming. And if you get your face closer to the monitor, it feels like it's fucking 70 inches or bigger. That's what she said? Okay, so I guess the new technique now, because we do kind of have the updated version, but we don't, of the building. Basically, this is offset or even roof stacking, but it's essentially offsetting. But there's like a more reliable way to do it. But you can lead into floor stacking with this. I forget what the official name of it, but we are going to do like, I'm trying to think of the techniques off the top of my head, so if people wanted to search on it, they could. I guess a little bit of socket override. Yeah, because if you're going to break it apart and then offsetting. And then we're kind of configuring like a floor stack to keep the foundations away from the other sides to make it more build friendly. Essentially, okay, this is kind of, actually we can start with this. Yeah, it seemed like last year overall, it seemed like the updates were weak. That's why the fact that we came into 25 so weak with no communication is kind of like a giant slap in the nuts. Do you think? And again, I say that to the management and not the developers or the community manager. I think that's 100%. Alright, so this is stability. This shouldn't be anything too wacky here. So with this, we have 22. So with these guys here, this, what is this? That's a wall frame. I always have to think about that. I'm like, this holds position. But if I break this, put a TC down, I guess. If I break this, that should break. Boom. So this is the backbone of the whole build. I don't think anybody is doing this specific build, and if they are, then I guess we're thinking about the same stuff. Obviously, I'm mixing a bunch of different methods. Stability stuff, offsets, and not anything I created, but I am mixing it into something I think might be unique as far as I can tell. So I'm trying to remember how I did it. So I guess it's good we're kind of doing it like this for now. So essentially, this is going to be the float. I'll just make this metal to kind of, because we don't have building skins to help differentiate this. This will be offset. All of this here will be offset. Anything that's in metal. So it'll be slightly, was it slightly higher that was better? Yes. So I think I did, when I tested this, the metal should be higher than the other side. And then anything else that's stone should be at the normal height. So essentially everything metal is going to be in its own, like, even though they're overlapping and they're sharing, like, upkeep, technically, it's offset from the main grid. Nothing new, nothing crazy. So essentially, when we have this sealed, we can open it by shooting this out with like a bow. Okay, that's the whole idea behind this. So essentially, we're going to offset this using the new technique and then build everything else around it. So let me just kind of off the top of my head, I guess we could just do the real deal. And then what's crazy, when you offset something, you can have the corners touching, but you can't have any of the edges touching. So technically, we can have this as the main grid, and then the metal as the offset piece. I'm sure we'll make this more efficient, but actually, this configuration is like pretty tight, and this will go in with our invincibility stuff that we're doing too, which is going to make this kind of disgusting, because by the time you break into this, it's going to be, you know, good luck. Yeah, so if this one's higher, then these guys could just be stone and exist. And it's also easier for us to tell if they're off the grid or not, if they're rising up. We don't have quite the restrictions that PC does at the moment, but we will in the future. They're not too far behind. We're probably 2 or 3 updates behind that. But anyways, point is, we can do this. Says, do you own the Jade Monkey 2X server? I do. Well, there could be some copycats, so here's the best way to find us, through server ID. When you search, change the name to server ID and then type in the ID. I think there's a couple people still trying to do that. It's not as bad as it used to be. They keep paying $20 to have nobody on the server. I'm like, buddy, people will know. People don't like to be tricked. You know what I mean? So call me crazy. But once they figure it out, they won't come back. Alright, so this is the basic premise. And then what's cool is, once we have this kind of set up, and again, all the stone stuff is the normal grid, we should be able to pop these bad boys in here too, which is pretty hot. Yeah, and then once we have it good, we can actually put a high quality floor right there, and we can still have this as an operational door. Pretty hot. We can jam a lot of stuff in the interior. It's crazy. Says the team limit is 3 and I got rated by a 5-man. Did you use the in-game report system, sir? Please use the in-game report system on my server. Please use the names and or grid of the players, and we will definitely look into it if it hasn't already been addressed. So I figure roughly about this height gives us a little bit of room on the interior. Probably put a sleeping bag down, huh? Probably. Probably. Alright, so let's just test the mechanism that's going to cause the offset. Because I don't think you can go out 9 or even 15 anymore. Maybe we can, but probably not for long. So it's best we just learn the new technique anyways. Plus, I think this is a lot faster, because when you're going out like 19 tiles, dude, you're going to get shot in your nuts. It's going to happen. I always do it with this, but apparently you don't have to. It's kind of easier for us to do this, to be perfectly honest. You use the head of the bear. Drop your first foundation. We can strafe with ease. We literally just go over and come back. And see how it's just slightly offset? Oh, money. So this is the high side. Gotta wait for the I. Should have used the delete A. A? High side, low side. So high side will be the offset part. What's up, Court? And then the low side will be normal grid. And we kind of have to push them away because obviously if we put these two squares here, if we put one square here, this one can't go because you're sharing sides and not points. Geometry all of a sudden is quite hot. Now our only thing is if you're strafing and you kind of move a little bit forward or backwards, it kind of sets this grid off. Or if you ride these too close to each other, the points don't come together later, which is a gotcha moment for this one, but I'd say if you're going to do these builds, definitely do them on a build server. Because there's a lot of gotchas. Alright, so this one's high side. This one's low side. Marsh, it's best to use the in-game report system. The Discord is not a good place because it doesn't leave a paper trail. There's a lot of noise in there. Yeah, reporting on Discord, I mean, you can do it, but it's not going to have the effect that the in-game report's where it's at. Is a paper trail too, because I put all this stuff back to 11. I don't know if they're going to do anything with it, but I have a lot of information, so I suspect whenever they do their anti-cheat or they do another sweep, they can action on that data if they so desire. Yeah, I gotta tell you, when I bag people, it's pretty damning. We go out to and then drop it. We don't have to do this. I'm just trying to slide my grid over. Just helps with us doing this Builder's Paradise. Yay. That's pretty high. I like the height on that. Yes, very good. Yeah, but just make sure you use the search feature, like that search ID I just put in there. Use the server ID to search to match it up. That's like, people can't spoof that. Okay, so we're gonna slide up a little bit. Then we're gonna put this here. Probably should test this a bit more before we got in this deep. Yeah, the problem with Discord reporting is it's not tracked by anything, and it's all kind of just loose and out there. When I ban people, I keep the data trail with it. So for me, and also when I pass it along, so like everything's all linked up. Plus everything when it's inside the game too, 11 connection on that a lot easier. You know what I mean? Like if it's all in a controlled system, they can have like tools and stuff that like kind of punch through it. They don't have to have somebody manually do it. Which, let's be honest, they're never going to do. So, the manual operation. So, anything that can help them with the automation is good for us long-term in reporting these clowns. I probably should have made that. Hold on. Oh, no, we can. I got it. Hold on. See, this is what I got to figure out. I messed up. Oh, no, this will work. Trick is to bring it over like that. Yeah. Okay. because we're touching corners and these are still offset, we're good, but we have to leave this wide open. I guess being in the water is going to suck because I can't place anything there. But these were the big gotchas I was worried about. And so far, it's looking pretty good. Didn't PC get rid of old build textures? No. No, they still have it. I think when you place these guys close here, you kind of want to go like that. Make sure these tips are lined up. Yep, okay. Okay, so let's see if this works. Should. So everything in stone is the normal grid. Metal is the offset. This one will be a little tricky, actually. Did we delete these? Maybe. Let's come up with these later. And then this one is a little tricky because it has to come in like this. Slowly. Oh, okay, okay. I'm going the wrong way. Right there. It's a little bit tricky when they overlap like that. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell because that one's so high. Here, let's snap this one in just so we get an idea where the floor should be. This should look like it's, the metal should look like it's sticking up above, like it's been extruded. In comparison to the metal floor. Oh wait, did we do the high side and the low side? Alright. Oh, I did do this as the low side. Oops. I mean, that still works. I thought I had it flipped. So technically, you can't put anything here. It'll break. But if this is here, this will work. And more to the point, watch this. I can't remember which way this goes. Does it work like that? Yeah, it does. Okay. And all you need to do is break this. And so even when the bunker's open, you still have this as a latch. I mean, and what's great is if you don't have this blueprint, still don't need it. That's what I'm talking about. A little something I cooked up. Retro said, what are you building? A little something I cooked up. Alright, so all of the gotchas seem to work pretty well. As long as, see, our ability to strafe is so much easier. We're just using the top of the, I guess the only blueprint you really need is the rug. I'm sorry, the bear rug. What am I saying? Perfect. Alright, let's go to the PC side and flush this out. Yeah. These are like the major gotchas. Says, you can put a roof triangle over the floor stack and it'd be a double bunker. Are you talking about, let me see if I follow what you're saying. Oops, helps if I put this in place. can't remember how the roof bunker goes. Is it like triangle and then... But don't the edges have to be flushed out? I thought they did. I think it comes off like an L, right? It needs to be a bracket. I think. It's really not gonna let me play. Oh, I had it for a second. Come on now. I can't remember how this works. Yeah, roof tiles are so annoying to snap. I had it blue for a second. Oh. And then the triangle's here. Okay. Is this right? I think I got this now. Oops. Triangle, please. Yeah, there you go. It's pretty nasty. Although, that's a good ad for sure. Oh, I know what we need to test. Something 100% we need to test. Actually, before we go over to the PC side to do this rapid fire, there is something else I need to test a lot. Because this is something that works for us, but doesn't work for them. We can just knock this out. So I'm wondering if the triangle is the one that makes the difference. So if that's the case, it's going to change this a little bit. Let's make this metal, I guess. Yeah, for us, we have pass-throughs that aren't currently working for PC. Usually if you keep it in the corner for us, it's usually the triangle foundation or floor tile that works, but I don't know if the square does. Ah, Shasta. It does not. Maybe it's because that frame's in the way too, eh? Eh? I wonder if this is gonna work. Hold on. I know this works for triangles though. Do this in a weird way, but we'll get it to work. Yeah, because the whole reason we're doing this is to get a very specific functionality out of this. Although this does work as its own standalone base slash bunker. Sure. Here we go. Now we can triangle off that side and keep this on the high side. Perfect. Okay, just want to see if this is going to latch. It should. I really hope it's not just a triangle. That will change things a bit, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out. The extreme angle makes it so we can like land this every time. It could be the wall frame that's causing it too. Yeah, the clipping the bound boxes for these like areas are very, very strange. Got it. I guess if you place first, I guess that does work, hey? Alright, 8%, that's hot, okay. Now let's see if we can slap this one in there. 100%, yeah, so the triangle does work. Ha. Yeah, it's the big open square that makes it real goofy, eh? So that'll be this, we'll make that metal. Alright, we might have to make some adjustments then. Ah, but making the core like that with like the solid piece made that so good. We'll figure it out on PC, but I just want to confirm that this one works. We could try it as a square and try to run the pipe through, but like this is what we're testing to make sure that this pipe is still intact. Now it does not work on PC like this. Although, you know what, to be fair, I didn't try it with the with the triangle in the corner. Yeah, see, look, we still have, oops, I flip-flopped it. My bad. The one that broke was supposed to be, oops, the other way around. But it works. The pipe is still intact. Perfect. This will make sense, hopefully, in a little bit. Everybody's probably like, what the hell is going on? I think if we're going to set it, I think we got to do it before the piping goes in. We're going to use it for the module. If not, you can still use this as a straight up bunker. But I wonder if this is going to make the difference or not. I bet you it does. Okay, stone, stone, stone. Wall piece, wall piece. I think it should work around that frame. Now really keeping the edge. There's other ways we can pass it through the floor, but I'm interested to see if this works. Yeah, looks like it's just a triangle. Wow, that's really interesting. Oh, wait. Oh, that went on the outside. You know what it does work on, though? Yeah, we'll just have to make the adjustment on it. Did that break it? Nope. Edging triangles like that is like, that still works on PC, which is crazy. It's wild. Made your first free build bunker base recently? Nice. Yeah, so we'll have to make the adjustment. Okay, so now we know. We'll try it on the PC side, but we'll kind of iterate on this on the PC real fast. So what you're going to see is a spinning wheel for a second, and then we should be over on the PC side if that's cool. Actually, let me fire this up now, so we don't have to wait too long. Interesting. This is the intel that we really needed, was to see if that corner worked or not here. Because I do eventually want to put this into a build where it's like it's passing it through. So the one we have now with the 2 squares and then a triangle is good. It's solid as its own standalone. But it would be nice if we have this completely sealed bunker, but then it could evac all the loot, which is something we've already been prototyping on something else. So it'd be nice to kind of mush these together. So if we could come up with a good build the other way around, I'm all about it. Which may not be too bad, actually. Okay, I think the other machine's on, so I'm just going to go silent for a sec. You'll see a spinning wheel, and then we'll come right back, okay? I'll see you in a second. Beautiful. In a jiffy. Yeah. Or else we'll be blind. I know the privacy screen's still up. We just got to get this all launched. You can see once we click in here, you'll see just how much we've been cooking. It's been a lot. You guys hear me okay? Perfect. Just launching into the server. It'll take a sec. Here, watch. I just started the launch. Look how long this takes. I don't have a slow machine. I have a fast machine. It's on an SSD as well, although I think most modern games probably should be on an SSD, solid state drive. So it's not like I'm on a mechanical drive. Ah, the train yard upgraded. I tell you something else they could put in. If they put in the train stuff underground, that would be a nice win, I think. This is crazy how you're able to figure it out on your own because it's really complicated. Oh, the bunker type? It said, and the one that's similar to this one you said is a solitaire? I'll have to check it out. Once you kind of know the base mechanics, which is always like, it's always usually, people that make these discoveries are usually like small channels and stuff. And they usually don't have a lot of shine. And I was like, dude, they sometimes they cook up the I think they're the ones that really create the meta. And then so if you kind of know what some of these new mechanics are, or even old mechanics if they still work, and you kind of smush them together, you can make some crazy stuff. And that's kind of where this came from. This is a derivative of like a bunch of mechanics, but then also our inability to make offsets the old way and then make it this way kind of makes it faster and I think more efficient anyways. So really the necessity for this base came from the ability to pass a pipe through a solid wall off a corner or whatever. It'll make more sense. And then I'm going to combine the modular thing, which I think we're the only ones that came up with. Like the concept's been out there, but as far as like a functional module that works on each base, I haven't seen anybody else doing that. So if we combine all those together, it's going to be disgusting. And like we've been kind of playing around with the different bunker types for the other two bases. And I think this one could be a winner if we can get it to up to speed, so to speak. So we'll see. We'll see. See how long this is taking to load? It's not a high-end PC, dog. That's what I'm saying. Unity, it's rough. Rough. Are you busting? I'm busting. There was a couple other builds too. I was trying to think. Oh, a second. Let me make sure this is clean. Okay, we should be good there. Should be good in this apartment. There's a couple other things we're messing with. So this should look very familiar. This is what we just did. But with this one, it goes 2 squares. Actually, this will make more sense. Because we have that pass-through system, this is the idea. This gets connected to the network. So just this pipe represents that out. Right? We don't have the rest of it flushed out because we're trying to get the form factor down to super cheap, which should be something like this. But since we just discovered that this backside needs to be a triangle, so like right here, like this, you got tons of space. Backup batteries for the system. You got sleeping bags down here for the core. You good to go. Look at that. That's dirt cheap. 2 metal nodes, 3 stone nodes, a little bit of high quality, and not even a tree. That's nothing. So that's manageable for a solo for 3 of these or 2 of them. You have crazy protection. So the question is, do we just extend this back wall here and then go triangle and then that's the way out? Maybe. Do we do it off the side and this is the way out? Maybe. I mean, we could technically knock this out. Or is there any other technique that we can think of that works on our version as well, where we can pass the piping through the top? That's kind of where we're at. We're very close. This build is like hyper efficient. You don't need this extra pocket on the side, but if you kind of want to fill it in, you can. But that's the whole floor stack thing we were just doing. Offset floor stack. Kind of in the same vein. You can see how they're offset here. And then you seal it, same way we did over there. See, that's why I tested on both sides to make sure it's good to go. And then actually you need to pick this up, then do this. And you can place this guy again. Actually, no, we can't do it off the side. It has to be a triangle. But this changes our interior. I kind of like the fact that we have all this over on the floor here. What does that look like for us then? Oh, maybe we can just flip it, right? Maybe this is our out and our TC is just tucked in a cupboard back here. And maybe we do a triangle piece here. Okay, that's a thought. Because then maybe our out is just on this side. And then, you know, that's it. We'd have to beef this side up a little bit, so people can't breach on that side, but I like that. I like this configuration, just for the sheer fact that we have enough space. It's like, yes, we're paying a lot for this, but we want to make sure you have enough protection in here, or enough, I'm sorry, storage to make it worthwhile. And honestly, we can probably maximize this more by flip-flopping this. So like, this becomes a loot room and the TC, and this just becomes the way out. I like that. I like that a lot better, actually. Then we could do a lot more. Let's try it. Yeah, baby. And then here's our other floor stack stuff over here. Oh, yeah. We successfully got the slices, then we broke it down to this. And then we actively did it on console. Took a bit longer to show, but this way we can kind of speed through it. Let me turn this on. Baby. What do we got here? Buongiorno. Okay, so offset's gonna be the higher side, so this side. Let me try the extreme angle. Even though it doesn't work here, we do know it works on the console version, so we'll still flush it out here as if it does work, because it does work for us. Let me just double check this real fast. Yeah, bear rug OP, huh? A? Oh. Let's just see if we can get a placement off of, these extreme corners seem to be a nice, bypass for this stuff. Yeah, appear to be hot. Okay, so it doesn't work for us here, but we do know it works for us over on the console side, so we're still going to build this out in the same fashion. I didn't think it worked here, but I had to double check the extreme corner. We'll have to figure out a way to kind of slide it past like a roof tile or something, but either. So we have options in the future, but we do know it works for us because we literally just tested it on our side. So we'll just build it out with the different rooms flip-flopped for now. And here's the thing, even if you're not gonna, if that doesn't work on that side, there's still a solid bunker anyways, just to split the loot if you're a solo. So continue. Oh, you know, you do get a test? The fall off. Alright, let's try it. 7%. This should break it. Oh, that's right, because we're not on a triangle. This complicates things. So, that's right, because the mechanism works off of a triangle and not the square, so it actually, yeah, it's giving us too much stability. Whew, that's tricky. Okay, so let's go back to our original design. Maybe we just push the pipe through the floor here, and then it doesn't need to be on the mechanism, right? That's an option, right? We just bring it up through here, and then maybe we got some goofy window or something that's working this, right? And then we've got like the piping that sits through there or something. That might be the way to go. Which means, yeah, it's a bit trickier for sure as you're doing the build out, which means we gotta like bring this stuff up and in, which is annoying. So we kind of keep the original form factor. This is where we drag the piping through then. And then maybe we just drop the TC on a crooked angle to give us a little bit more access here on this side. We can do one that sits in between. Actually, by the way, this works. This works here, at least last time I checked. So as we place stuff, it's like right on the seam. This should work. Is that right? think we hook it from the other side. Is it off the corner? Oh, I can't remember. There's one way you can jam it in the corner and get it to stick. Oh, I think it's because we push it from the top. Yeah, that's what it's doing. So the bound box for this is just off center. We might have to use the bigger box for this one. That should work. Nope. Oh, they got the clipping on there now? Uh-oh. Hold on. Let's rotate it. There's gotta be a way we can jam it in there. I think the other one works better than this one. Can we get it from the bottom? Alright, it's not gonna let us clip it this way. We can definitely do this on the console side. I've done it in many. Here, let's try this one. But the point is, if we can get that like kind of jammed up in there, plus we can do a pass through, it gives us like a backup to maybe pipe through if they like destroy it. I know we're probably way ahead of the curve here on this, but I need ways for this to be functional over time. Oh, I know. Can we just do it like this? What's up? Kate Bug says hi. Hello. Hello, Clarius. What? Doesn't let us do it on the edge anymore? What? What? They patched that here? No, I don't believe it. Hold on. There's no way. There we go, that should work. There's a way we can jam it in the floor. They really tightened that up. I'm shocked. Well, I know we can do it on the edge of roof tiles. I mean, we could always just seal it with the roof tile and then do it that way. Yeah, maybe that's what we do in the future. Yeah, maybe that's what we do. Because that way we can still send it up. Anyways, I was hoping we could find an easier solution here, but we do know it works on console. Interesting. So... Alright, let's reconfigure this the way it's actually going to be. See, this is why we're here doing it like this, because, well, A, we got music, but also faster. Bubbles in the toilet. Gold rings. This is our triangle. We use this one later to seal it. Alright, good. It works. Yeah, let's scooch it over on. This is the mechanic though, for sure. sure the mechanism works. Perfect. 5%, perfect. Delete this. Awesome. Yes, very good. Two, 13. 22 with this. Perfect. Yeah, that becomes a pass-through in the back. Gotta be able to traverse this. Okay, so I know it's hard to tell with this lip, but you can see right there, that's the high side. So I made everything metal, that's the high offset. Yeah, boy.
Marcus 10.
See if that works like that. Yeah, I think we got a winner. So this backsplash here, after we push the piece through out the extreme corner, we can kind of like create some extra piping here that we can just kind of use. Yep, yep. Beautiful. If we're really worried about it, we can turn this into stone for now, and then maybe jackhammer it out if we really need to, but that's like an extreme case. You know, because then technically you still can't get in this compartment. And by the time somebody raids this, the alarm's already done and the module's already moved all the loot. So let's make all of this. No, we just leave it like high quality, I guess. Yeah, we just leave it all stone. And then we'll leave that just metal. These would turn into metal. This would turn into metal. I guess we can make that shipping container. Yeah, so the whole idea is that most of this is just metal. These floor tiles will be high quality or whatever. At least this one should. And that way it keeps the cost down. And then we have a little bit of honeycomb right here. Yeah, that's the whole idea. These are supposed to be like mostly metal with stone honeycomb, and then by the time anybody splashes any of it, you're already out of the equation. Like the loot's gone. And they raid the rest of the base, they have no idea, and then they're like, hey, where's all the boom? You're like, yeah, that's gone. It's kind of nice actually being right back here, because even if they hit the splash here, they're still going to have a hard time. The loot's going to be gone. Perfect. Yeah. Oh yeah, daddy. What's up, fellers? Probably should use these, huh? What's great is even if they break this, it doesn't matter. Honestly, this could be just the old one. This guy right here, then. Yeah, because this is just to stop it all. I mean, shoot. We don't even need this top connector, to be honest. Let's run around to the side. Interlinked. So yeah, the only real exposure is like while you're trying to do this bottom piece. So you could technically just put like a double door here maybe as you're building it out. Kind of protect the pit. But you're not going to have much on you over here anyways. It's a bit more exposed than a typical one, but honestly you'd be building this off of another bunker anyway, so. Or you could probably just lock it off like this. Yeah, until you get the tile down, then you're good. Yeah, there we go. That's not bad. That's why we're here. It gives us a chance to build this back splash too, and then cut it off. Just to make it super obnoxious to raid. Yeah, once we know that's good, we can commit this one. I'm trying to get the stages down in my head so when we do this for realsies, we're not scrambling. And to see if there's any gotchas. And to see if we got any gotchas. That's not bad. We can even leave this like wide open, like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really care. Nice, you can still see that elevator right there? Perfect. And really, we could technically... Well, it's good we're doing it like this, because honestly, we can see if there's any weirdness. Because we did extend this out, because before we cut this off here, and the half wall just kind of split the difference. But if we have to go up any higher, although I don't think this will be a problem back here, to be perfectly honest. Let's do the rest and see if it messes it up at all. Once you kind of know you're chasing the offset to kind of keep it level, it's not too bad. The stone doesn't make it nice and easy to kind of spot, at least on the top tile. And we could technically put the battery back here. Technically. Before we put any of this down. Yeah. It'd be kind of a nice way to slide it in. Slide it in. Big battery, there you are. Just tap it in. Do we still hit this one? So, yeah, actually this is pretty good config for this back piece. Just leave it open for most of it. Okay, that's solved. These are just standard handy cames. Once we can afford it. The potatoes. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Do-do, do-do. like it. Yeah, all we did was kind of scooch this little guy over and give ourselves some room to do the first pass through. Hot. Very hot. I like it. I like it. It's nice. Hot. See, I wonder if this backside, hold on. If we made this a square, does that make it totally goofy? I guess we could technically lock it off a bit easier that way, huh? Yeah, and then we could just do this, and it's not so bulbous. Although, to be fair, that's pretty bulbous. Even if they knock that out, they're not going to get anything. Yeah, so I think I like this better as a triangle. Yeah, if they hit it, so what? Right? Let me see what the exterior might look like for this. It pretty much has to be the other side. And we did find sticking this here. It's freaking nice. You can still skis past. Now with the double door you can't. The garage door you can. Shasta. Now we're talking. Now we're talking, bruh. Can't see another sleeping bag down here. It has to be tall enough. Blocked by a large wooden box, huh? Yeah, right. Really? Can I fit this one up in the corner? Yeah, kinda. Yeah, sometimes you can fit two in there. Not today. Here we go. Perfect. That way we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 large boxes. Small box. And a little furnace guy. It's freaking hat. And probably some room for the modules here. On this wall. Possibly this wall. Oh, we could even do it there. Or over there. Ow. That hurt my diaphragm. If you really needed a tool cupboard, I'm sorry, a workbench in here, you could. Not a big deal. It's pretty much sealed up. Let's see what that cost. Oh, hello, cargo ship. See how close that is? I love it. Alright, what do we got? A little over 1 metal node and 2 stone nodes. Disgusting. Disgusting. I like the order we did it in too. I think it helps a lot. Really didn't change the main design too much. This comes off as a higher offset in the back, but it doesn't really matter. So I didn't really have to cut that in half. It's about the same cost. We can pipe it through here. Got garage doors on the backsplash, spawnage. Got room to put the detection circuit around here. Detection. Although to be fair, I don't want it on the outside wall. So yeah, technically we put it on the interior. We got a little bit of room here on the side. This back piece doesn't have to be put in until later. It's hot, dude. I like it. We can do a bunch of these. Now the question is, where do we stick the sensor? Where do we stick the sensor? It could technically just be chilling right here. That's almost the center. We could put it... I just put it like right here. Yeah, it's almost dead center. Pretty close. Does it fit anywhere? We could just stick it on this lip. I just click the sensor. There it is. Oh, you totally can. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Now it really is in the middle. I like it. Dude. So this is technically... Oh, I forget. So the max is 30, which is 10 tiles. So we have 2 tiles. Is that right? 30 is 10? I have to look it up. So he says, what are the in-game dimensions of a foundation? Is one foundation at 1 meter by 1 meter? Or if we put 100 foundations down, it's 100 meters? 3 meters by 3 meters. So if it were under here... Yo, what's up? So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 3 in either direction. So 3 times 3.5. Or is it 3 meters? Did you say 3 meters in game? One foundation is 3. 3 meters. So I said 3 in either direction, so 3 times 3, 9? Niner? So doing 9 meters or 10 meters to be safe, to hear the explosion. Yeah, so we're looking at, yeah, about 9 meters, 9 or 10 meters. Boom. So this will detect anything in a little bit wider on the base. What's up, NPC? Did you submit a in-game report, sir? Here's another one 14 days ago. It says, I code rated some of a guy 3 wipes in a row, same code. Do I tell him? No. My dirty little feet are floating in the air. Yeah, please use the in-game report system. Use the name and then hopefully the grid where they live at, but they can help us backtrack it. Okay? And like specifically what's going on. Is it a team? Do they run into you? Do they have connected compounds? Are they sharing resources? Are there multiple people living in a base? That kind of thing. Thank you. Helps us keep a paper trail. Thank you. So 3 meters. So about 9 or 10 on the set here. Yeah, it's freaking solid, dude. I'm down. I guess we can work the... Oh, so we have a little bit more time? Do we? Do we have a little bit more time? Let me grab a snack real fast. Schneck. If you don't mind, because my tummy is growling. And then we can sort it out. Sort it out. Dude, that's legit. Look at that. It's a little bit over 1 metal node, right? Because it's 600. 2 stone nodes. So really 2 stone nodes, 2 metal nodes, and you're good. For 1 day, you can get easily 6 days of upkeep on this. You have 3 of these, 2 of them are like your main base, and then they can offload the loot. That's freaking hot. This is what we're looking for. Because the other one's a bit more expensive, and it's like, there's a couple different spots you have to protect, but this one's completely condensed. And we're consistently able to make that modification to do the offset. I like it. And I think the core in this one keeps a lot more loot than the other one. I like that. And I think it's probably easier to pull this thing out. Well, it's great. We have a bunch of different bunkers we can use in this. And plus, we have a lot of wall space back here to like do it up. If anything, we can do 1 half here and then the other half over here. And then I'm trying to think of how we do the main power up. Maybe we just come down here and do it or something. Either way, we can pipe a lot of this stuff through the base, and then maybe we have some backup stuff for the other things. That's the like level we're gonna work on here. We could even daisy chain the 2 systems together, even though technically you don't have a pipe out here, and these would be a lot closer. But we can still run the same test, I think. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Oh shit. Yeah, because technically you want this freestanding. Right, because then somebody could just hit the joint and then it's kind of null and voids the whole setup. But with the freaking piping right here and us getting close to the side, because if you start off, well, actually, if you start with the TC that sits here, yeah, you get a little bit of range, I guess. The 30 meters, is it 30 or 20 meters? You pretty much have to go window to window. It's like the max line. I think is it 20 meters? I want to say it's 20. Is it 20? Oh, it's 30. Okay. That's actually pretty far. Okay, thanks, NPC. People are allowed to roam to a certain degree, yes, because it puts them at a huge disadvantage. But if people are being pretty blatant with it, then we'll address that. But yeah, connected compounds, shared resources, multiple bags in a base beyond the stat, multiple people on the door. Because usually if you got 4 people living in the base, I'm going to know about it. So we'll go check the base. Because chances are if they're rolling like that, they're probably living that way, and then they'll get a temporary ban. Which should give you guys time to retaliate if you so desire. Usually after they get a temporary ban, that usually scares them straight. Because they know that we're watching. Alright, let me just make a quick PB&J. I'll be right back. We'll play a little bit of tunage here. I don't know what we want here. Maybe... Oops. Yeah, just give me like, I don't know, 5 minutes or something. I want us to come back and like complete the circuit for the base. Or at least get a nice little prototype going. So maybe we can clean up a bit more. It says, please try to help. It says, thank you so much. Thanks, NPC, for the report, dude. Thanks for the heads up. Thanks for doing it in the report system, too. It helps us kind of keep track of all that stuff long term. Appreciate it. Okay, for reals, is this how we rewind it? I'll be right back. Ah, PB&J. Alright, we should probably make this setup here somewhere. Or like off of this or something? Maybe? Yeah. Okay, let's see what we can jam in there. Let's do it as a split. Alright, let's put a TC in here somewhere. I don't know where to put it. Just so it doesn't decay on us. Excellent. Delicious. Okay, we're gonna have to bust out the old notes and probably drop a lot of this stuff. Slide this one over a little bit. So we'll kind of have the modules set up the way we had it before. They're basically going to go in a 2-stack. Right, so that's all stone, but this way you kind of know where the split is. And then we're going to see if we can maybe condense it, but I'm more worried about just fitting it in here. Maybe we learn how to condense it while we're doing it, because this is something we built. This is our own custom, well, this is our own build, custom setup. All right, let me grab my notes. I'm going to need my notes. Oh, my neck. Okay, so we have this kind of set up here. Kind of set up there. Alright, so I want to make sure I can still see the chat. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, we're able to fit this all in one grid. Here, I'll kind of use the spray paint thingy. Kind of helped last time. Because the power stuff is really going to be kind of starting like right there. That's a terrible line. Oh, that's awful. Okay, let's see if we can get all the stuff we can remember here. Bunch of these. Bunch of these. Bunch of those. Or, yes. No XOR. Timers, yes. Yes. This one. Computer. I'm a computer. I think we had some industrial lights. I guess we just make it red or something. Make it red. I think that's... We had ore and that's everything. Oh, probably need a test generator. Perfect. Perfect. What we should do, actually, let me set it up like this so we have a better idea of what the consumption is. Okay, so even though this will overkill it, it should be enough for us to kind of get an idea of what the draw is. We're going to do it with the lowest battery first, which it should still run fine because of the new electronic updates. And then we'll just feed this in so we don't have to worry about the power itself. We drill the whole circuit this way. And that's how we'll charge it. What's up? Okay, ignore that. Let's see if I remember how to do this. It was like this, then we had that, then that. Ooh. Timer. I think we're still off the split. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's not terrible. It's not the best, but it's not terrible. Can't remember if this is red or green, but I guess it really doesn't matter. It's just an indicator to make sure that things have activated. Okay, and then we have our circuit, and we can just really put this anywhere. We'll just have it be back here because this is how we loop around. Orange. I try to keep the same color cord that we had last time. I think it kind of helps with organization. This is a complex circuit, for sure. For sure. Okay, let's go to normal. And I think we feed this guy. And I want to say we set target to either 1 or 2. I can't remember. I'm sure we'll troubleshoot it again and again. And then this one is a controlled amount. Whoops. I think this one's white that has the signal that powers. We have like 3 cables going through this channel here. Okay. Then purple, I think, goes... Then the pass-through comes out and I think feeds our buddy timer, which we set to 1. And then when the signal does come out, it goes to this one, and then I think this increments. Let's see, it increments. Trying to do some of it off of memory here. See if I can remember. And then I think this guy can probably be slid over a little bit more. That's fine right there, I guess. It comes out as set, and then maybe this one also clears. Is that correct? Is this the one that comes off the main signal? Okay, this is where it gets a little confusing. What's up? What's this up for? Detecting raids. This is something we've cooked up a while ago. I'm trying to walk through it to make sure I can do it from memory, which is not going so well. But also to see if maybe we can tighten it up. I don't think there's anything quite like this out there. There's been concepts, but like this is okay. So essentially, when you start a raid here or here, it's gonna know which building's being raided. It knows if you start here, because like if you see the piping, you go, oh, I'll just shoot here, and then all the loot's gonna end up here. Wrong. This will go when the raid has been committed. Like you're in so deep, so it knows the difference between explosives, explosive rounds, C4 or satchels. There's a certain level of threat. Once the raid's been committed here, this will activate and throw the loot to this building. And same here. If you start the raid here and then you stop, and then you start over here, then the loot will get thrown back in this direction. So it's a smart raid alarm. Not even alarm. Anti-raid. So essentially, when you have 3 of these connected, you'll have to raid all 3 of them before you get anything of substance. Which we know works, but I'm trying to break it down a little bit more to see if maybe we can get it for cheaper. Or maybe organize it in such a way so it's a bit easier to remember. So, yes, we're in the laboratory. And then it'll also be able to send a signal to the other building as well. Oh yeah, so our output from this guy is green, which is a little confusing because we actually come down here with it, and then this should go to set, and then that's the reset. Boing. These are the control pieces on the side. This is why we drew a line here. We have power grid here, so we have like an OR tree, an AND tree. It's mostly an AND tree. In this grid here, I think maybe we can clean up a little bit. If we keep here, let me make an edge here so we kind of see. We gotta be able to squeeze this all in there. I guess, maybe we should scooch it over a little bit. Well, that's why we're doing it. Okay, so we get this guy here. He's the top part of that. I don't remember why I had another control piece on there. Another reason why we're backing over this again, because we've done this so many times. Yeah, you know what? Let's bring it over a little bit further. I find the more I do this, not only does it get cleaner, but a lot of times I find efficiencies that I missed, which I think helps. Okay, so we left a channel for this backside here. What's up, Russo? Yeah, so like this circuit will detect one level of threat, which is the higher level stuff, and then this will detect the lower threat stuff. Either one trips, it sends all of the loot out of the base to the other 2. And if all 3 of them are being raided, the loot just goes around and around and around until wherever the biggest threat is where the loot gets evacuated. So even if they know it's evacuating the loot, we're getting them to like dump. Mr. Rosa said, did I miss all the science? Negative. Look at this, dude. We made a very tight bunker here. Look at the cost of this thing. Right? Look at that. 2 stone, 2 metal, and a crumb. Alright, this thing is fully sealable. Spawn in here, 8 boxes. Right? The system passes through the floor at the top here. Just seal it back up. You do this. And I guess we could put this in here. You don't have to have this, but it's nice. You know what I'm saying? So when it breaks open, at least you got a hatch. When you want it to open again, right? You just take this bad boy out, or you shoot it with a bow and arrow, whatever. Good to go. It works on the new build system, because remember the old offset didn't work. There's the evac channel there. By the time they get anywhere close to this, oh yeah, the sensor's right here. By the time they break one stone wall, which I consider that a commit, then everything's already being like thrown out of the base. And then if they start here and then juggle to the other one, this one's smart enough to know when the raid's being committed here, and then it throws it out of here and turns that one off, and vice versa. It's smart. I think what and then we had the transmitter here. So this is the thing. I think we can get this down. Like when we have this other module, I think we can share the modules. Maybe not, because you know what? This is the one that carries. And we kind of need individual counters. You know what I mean? Eh. That's why they're separated. I made it so clean last time when I took a little snippet. I think I missed some angle or something. I probably should have noted what these values were. We gotta get these values on these branches too going. Maybe. We made these just standard, and then this one goes to this guy. Yeah, I think this broadcaster. I can't remember. So we have. Shoot, I cannot remember what I did. Did I bring the antennae? I did. Okay, well, that's good. Ladder, hatch. So I want to say red is when it's activated. This is one I could probably clean up a little bit better. So this already has power, so I think this is turn it on. And if I'm not mistaken, I think orange turns it off. It needs to rock the switch for sure. Yeah. This state absolutely controls that. And then our signal goes out and comes back in. Our detection signal comes back here to this, which should be not this guy, but this is part of that set because we have another one up there. Okay, that's a little confusing. Maybe we reshuffle that guy. Oops, bring it back. We get a signal off of this. And then this also trips the green, which is for 1 second. Perfect. And then our other signal comes down through there, comes through the reset. That was looking cute. Okay, so this guy here is powered by... Just make a line so I can kind of see what's going on. I think came into this guy. Same thing with this. Feed it on the right side. And then the signal comes off of... Alright, so this one has the on and off. But we're also passing the signal because we have another one for filter pass, filter fail. Can't remember. We can condense this. I know we can. A lot better than what we have. 31:20 in the morning. Freaking yikes. Freaking yikes. Uh. Oh. Okay, so we have like a universal reset that comes down through here, which is this guy here. Okay, yeah, so this guy is the universal kill switch. So when we get a signal from the other base, this will cascade shut off the other two circuits here, which is something we had to add, which makes this a little bit different. Alright, so we have blue go here, which kills this side, which I think we just crossed under here. And then the light blue goes upstairs. So this one hits this, and this one says reset. And then this one turns this off, which kills this. Okay, so this is the universal reset that comes through via the signals, because we have two of these guys over here. We have the broadcast and then the receive. So if we get a signal from any of the other bases, it knows to shut this one off, which is crucial. I can't remember if this circuit... I think it detects when they're running. I can't remember if the signal that comes off here... Well, I guess we can find out. Trial by error. I want to say when it fails, it comes across here and then hits this. Yeah, this looks like this is the fail signal that comes out. So when this is done transmitting, this sends a signal up the chain. And one's just a power boost. Is that right, or is it the other way around? Like I said, I guess we'll figure it out because we gotta repipe it. Okay, so this is the first set. I think that one's all the way done. almost needs to be slid over just a little bit. So you have like a frame in the way? Maybe? It's interesting that this one's ore. Yeah, maybe I need to separate these a little bit better up here because this power panel gets a little confusing. Even though we freaking made it. We made this like so many different times too. I can't remember if this guy sits as a, oh no, this one passed. Okay, yeah. So when this one's on, this should be green actually. That tells you when it's on. That's right. All right, it's coming back to me. It had to be red because we only had so many colors. As it comes through, hit this one first. So up, over, down, pass through, back here to on. That's right. So that just tells you when it's on. When the filter's done, I think when this is on is when that should be. I think that's when it sends a broadcast signal. Let me see. The output for that goes down, over. It hits the broadcast, and then the orange hits what? Like I said, we'll figure it out. I can't remember what that... We can build the other side. It's not mission critical for this. Yeah, let's drag this one down a little bit. Yeah, and each time we do this, I keep making it like more efficient. And I'm like, oh, whoops. We can like do some more. That's not so bad. Put that right there. Let me kind of figure out where we're going to stick the piping, because I don't think we've worked that out yet. This one is our main control. And it goes... That can be pretty close to this side, to be honest. I need enough for like 3 different cables here. And our timer is our count. It is nice having the spray paint on tap, so we can kind of look at it. Okay. Why does that look so goofy? There we go. Then we gotta figure out what the values were. I can't remember. Up, over. Did I take this one down the middle? Yeah, this one's down the... I guess there's 4 things in the channel, huh? Yellow is the control for this. It is the kill switch. Increment. Green. Pass through. I don't remember if that was 1 or 2. Purple. Pass through. There you go. Excellent. So yeah, the blue is the kill switch configuration. This essentially comes up as we get a signal. This is what gives it the signal to reset the counters and shut them off, because it's done through the memory cell. So we go orange as the invert. And this one shuts off our... Right, and then the other one turns it on. Hot. Set it behind and then say on. Okay. Oops, nope. We pipe this one around. That's right. Up, over. Beautiful. And our other control piece, which really, it could be either one of these. I haven't played Rust in a long time, says Chris J. But your videos make me want to go play again. It says, this time with a different mindset. Nice. Well, I'm glad. Excellent. Die, deleter. You know, I was just thinking of this as we put it down. Maybe we can do the same count, because the small count should also count for the large stuff too, right? Yeah, maybe we can. I think that'll be a few iterations out, but still. If this is our kill switch, or no, I'm sorry, detection. Detection comes through here, then our light's the indicator. Okay, I remember now. It's coming back to me. Okay, and then this one should send a signal up to the counter, which should be set to 1. And then we should have another light on this one, so we kind of know when it's giving off. So essentially when the blue light trips, it lets you know which one went off. Is that right? Yes, that's what determines. It's this. Okay, yes, that is correct. This one determines how the signal comes out, but the one that comes through here has to be controlled. Oh, does it? Yes. No? Yes. Yes. based off of how those are consumed. So this one's probably 2, and then this one's 1? Question mark? How much does this need? 1? Okay. Can't just be a normal gray color here. Perfect. Feel like I'm missing something else on this backside. Oh yes, the signal that goes out. I think this is a pass filter, not an off. It just makes more sense that it would be for the on. Watch, I'm completely backwards. Now I don't know how I did this, or what the values were for the lower portion. We're about to find out. So really, this one here, yeah, I can't remember what that one does. That one sends the signal if it comes from... Does this look like a mess or what? Excellent. Okay, I think I got it. The way I have it looped around makes it very hard to remember what... Okay, so I think... Okay, it's starting to make sense. So if this one gets a signal, which is yellow, how many inputs do we have in this one? I'm all confused. We broadcast the state. That's what this is. All right, and the antenna receives it. Jeez. So we're broadcasting. This is receiving. Sending, receiving. So receiving, if we're receiving a signal, it's the kill switch, which is yellow, which is in turn this guy here. So it means shouldn't that one be a boost though if it comes from the other side? Did I get that correct? I feel like I'm off on this, like by a lot. Are you buzzing? Okay, so this is essentially telling me, here, let me just jam this right here. So this sends a signal that it's going off? No, receives a signal that goes off. So maybe this is the one that comes in and takes that side. Dude, I'm so... Dude, my power grid that was so choice before is just scrambling my brains, dude. I'm overthinking it. Yeah, maybe I need to reposition this so I'm not sitting here second guessing myself every damn time I'm doing it. Because that's the second time I've tried to set it up and I'm like super confused by what I did. What? Yeah, so this is like... Okay, it's a negative. It's like a double negative. That's why I'm all fucked up. I was right. My instinct was right. The first one, it's a fail filter. Because it's a fail filter, that's why these are always active. I'm taking the opposite state. Dude, that took a second. I was like, aren't these ands incorrect? There we go. Okay, that's right. So this is taking the signal and broadcasting it. I'm sorry, receiving. This is broadcast, this received. So if it receives a signal, it's either this or this. Oh no, wait, no. It has to be a pass. Okay, now I'm super confused again. Either way you cut it. Yeah, it has to be the negative. Maybe this is the inverse or whatever, but like this is sending a signal out specifically to... Do I just have this completely backwards? I might have to just re-engineer the power grid on the side here. Okay, first things first. Let's just test this one side. Out of my mind. Let's just see if the left part works. I think I've... Yeah. Something. The power grid I got going on here, but this is also carrying the signal to... You know what? These will help us troubleshoot it. Yeah, that's what we need to do, because I'm sitting here just scratching my head going, what the fuck was I doing? I don't know. Okay, so this one... This is a set amount, so this probably needs to be like 6 or something. Probably. We can dump it down. This is where I need to annotate my notes one more time, because I'm like, huh? The fuck? Yeah, because these should still work and still count. We'll get there. Not this one, jeez. SAR piece. Is there a creative mode to do this stuff? This is Builder's Paradise. So these determine... Alright, so I didn't have enough going through the circuit. How much is this one? Branching out? Okay, 1. I think this is the one that's gonna... Okay, it's counting. Good. Alright, so this is such a 1, this should be 2. Okay, so this is the less threatening, but still dangerous. Oh, this is threatening. This is the higher tier. Unless I didn't put enough through the circuit, which is probably the case. Okay, so after this one, we go to this one here, which is 1, and then this powers 1, 2, 3. It's bad timing too, because you know what? This whole thing is gonna reset again at some point. Yikes. It says, I have Rust, console, and PC. Which one do you prefer? Console, because we don't have to worry about actual hackers. Console just has script kiddies and people that are bad using mouse and keyboard thinking that they're good. I can handle those scrubs. Right, so that one's still detecting it, but it's not throwing it. Oh, this one already hit the... Okay, so this one has the condition on the box. That's right. I remember now. Is this part of the equation that I'm missing too in my head? I think so. Oh boy, we're well past our time, huh? Whoops. I got stuff going on in the morning. I'm gonna have to wrap it up here pretty soon. Alright, let me just try to finish this thought. Try. Okay, so when this condition fails, which means it's empty, This loopback is what cancels the thing too. Yeah, we'll have to spend more time. Sadly, we gotta we gotta stop here. But the lab, we'll pick this up later on today. Honestly, I'll be stewing on it during the day tomorrow. Be looking at my phone, go, what did I do wrong again? Because this works, and then we added this extra circuit here to control the different modules. And I made it so compact. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. So I'm like, huh? I want to say I feel like this section here is like incorrect, but I don't think that's the case. I think I just have it backwards, that's all. Well, anyways, thanks for hanging out with us. We got a bail, unfortunately. Well, like I said, we'll be on later today. Probably like maybe probably in about 12 to 14 hours from now, probably, most likely. So, yeah, drop a like if you enjoyed it. If you think you're down for this stuff in the future, be sure to drop a subscribe. Turn on those notifications, like I said, if you're down. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one, guys. Sorry for the short stream. Don't worry. The science, we got this locked in. We have the main module locked in. We just need to figure out the power distribution and the signal throwing, and then we're good. We have this. My notes are bad. So we'll sort it out. Larry Bush.